Hi guys, welcome back to our channel, and today's video we are going to Kaisariani. Since it is lockdown in Greece, we decided just to walk around. Take note, this is our first time, so getting lost is expected. So the question is, are we able to make it today? So our destination is Kaisariani, and we are intending to see the monastery. Please watch until the end. Along the way, we can see the jewels of Greece, which is the well-known ruins. Also, we can see the Panathinaik Stadium. More about that in an upcoming video. Next is we bumped into the Metropolitan Cathedral of Athens. It is used for ceremonies of national significance, but also for weddings and funerals of rich people. You can see this is a day and night view of the cathedral because we failed going to Kaisariani. We cannot take taxi because it is required to have only one person in the taxi, so walking is our only option, but we completed at least 13,870 steps on our first try. We never give up, we can do this! This is our second day, and we can walk a bit faster because we already know the way. Here is Saint John the Theologian. We can see just before we get to the Kaisariani town. We will take the right turn for Kaisariani town and walk straight until we get to the intersection where the Kaisariani cemetery is located. We are very amazed to see the old houses that is made of stones. We can see more houses here is well preserved. We are now at the cemetery, close enough to Kaisariani Monastery. It will take about 30 minutes walk, but the weather doesn't seem to be friendly with us today. It's so cloudy and it looks like going to be raining. Along the way, we saw a very nice art but scary if you are walking during the night. There is no mark who did this painting, but we can say he is very talented to draw or to paint in this old tree. In this area, you have a lot of choices where to go. You can go to monastery, take a walk to Thai Churches Hill, Kaligoros, or take the boundaries hill between the Athens, the Hymettus Hill. It is a mountain range in the Athens area of Attiki. in East Central Greece. It is also known as Trilos or Trilovno, originates from the French "tres long" in awe of its winding length of 16 kilometers as used by French travelers during the occupation of Greece by the Ottomans. The highlights of the Mount Hymettus is Tripia Cave in the southern Hymettus, with 15 meters high and 10 meters wide. According to the myth, the cave used to be a favorite among the fairies of the area. Once, a young shepherd decided to stay at the ark to see if the tales were true. Around midnight, the fairies appeared at the bridge singing and dancing. The boy was so amazed by their beauty that he left his hideaway. When the fairies noticed him, they panicked and disappeared forever. The poor shepherd spent the rest of his life wandering around the cave in the hopes of spotting the beautiful fairies again. Now we are heading to Kaisariani Monastery. It is built in 11th century. It is located in Kaisariani, Attiki, Greece. On the way, the hill was covered with cypress tree, which is very relaxing, perfect scenery for hiking and walking with pets. The history of this town is it was founded in 1922 as a refugee camp for refugees driven up from Asia Minor, most of whom coming from Smyrna, formerly part of the city of Athens. Kaisariani was created as municipality in 1933. The name was derived from Caesarea, the historical capital city of Cappadocia, Asia Minor. The Kaisariani Rifle Range is notable as the site of the execution of 200 communists on May 1, 1944 by the Nazi occupiers as a revenge for the death of German General Franz Kriesch, who had been killed in guerrilla ambush near Mulao a few days before. In the early hours of June 17, 1944, 10 men of the United Pan-Hellenic Organization of Youth and guerrillas of the National Liberation Front were killed when trapped by the Nazi force at the monastery of Kaisariani, where they have been hiding. The monastery lies at a short distance to the east of Athens, on a hillside at the foot of Mount Hymettus. It is enclosed by a high wall with 2 gates, one on the east and one on the west side. The Catholicon was built in the late 11th century and was dedicated to the presentation of the Virgin to the temple. It is a cross in square 4-column church with a dome, and its walls are built in the cloison masonry with poor bricks ornaments. The barrel-vaulted chapel to the north, dedicated to Agios Antonius, was added in the 16th century. The dome narthex was added in the 17th century, and the bell tower was constructed much later in 19th century. The interior of the church is decorated with the wall paintings dated before 1700, while those in the narthex are a little earlier, dated 1682, and made by Lunis Hymettus, according to an inscription. In 1952, the Athens Society of Friends of the Trees undertook the restoration of the church to its original 11th century form. You can also wander around Kaisariani Monastery. From the monastery, a wide path leads through olive orchards and meadows to the ruins of Agios and the church of Agios Marcos, the first center of Christianity in this part of the mountain. Following the botanical trail, climbing above the monastery, you will discover the small church hidden in the forest, more likely like a cave than a church, with a large opening instead of doors, and hundreds of icons and other religious objects decorating its rugged walls. It's raining and we are soaking wet, so it's time to go home and have some food. Thank you for joining our Kaisariani adventure.